All right, good Thursday evening. Thanks for checking out this Iowa update here. Just kind of the latest details on the blizzard that is expected to unfold here later tonight through much of Friday. You can see snow pretty widespread across the state here. As we get back into northwest Iowa, it's more scattered, more intense as you get into the eastern part of the state. Already seeing a trace of snow picked up here in the Des Moines area here this evening. So looking at the latest idea here, just kind of showing you why we're seeing so much snow here. This is a cutoff low system here, so I want to pull the data through about 6 p.m. here. You'll notice 994 millibar low. We go through about midnight tonight. We go down to 990, and then we deepen overnight tonight into Saturday morning all the way down to 988. This is, like I said, this is what we call a cutoff low, where literally it stalls out, kind of sits there and wobbles, and eventually it moves off to the south. But over time here, we're going to add up those snowfall amounts for some of us here. All right, so looking at the forecast radar as we go through the rest of the evening here, just continuing to see some light snow showers back across the western half of the state. A good clip of snow, though, across the northeastern half of the state here. We go through about 1 a.m. You'll notice as we get into that 2-3 o'clock time frame tomorrow morning, we're really starting to increase some moderate snow across the west and central part of the state. As we get into about 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, this is going to be that corridor right here. For some pretty heavy snow coming down here as you get into Friday morning. We get into 7 a.m., 8, 9 a.m. here. Again, very sharp cutoff here to the eastern edge here. And then, obviously, we're talking some dry air here across the eastern half of the state, followed by some snow squalls, which I'll get to here in just a second. But we're expecting the heavy snow to set up right in this vicinity right here. And this is why we've kind of highlighted this corridor here. For some pretty high snowfall amounts in this area here. We go through about noon on Friday. You'll notice here, as we get into late tomorrow morning and through the afternoon, we're actually going to start seeing some pretty intense snow showers fueled up here across the eastern half of the state here. So we'd watch for some snow showers in those areas. Farther to the west, obviously, blizzard's still going on as we get into Friday afternoon. And then basically, dry air is really going to start to eat away at the snow across the western half of the state as we get into about 3-4 p.m. May still see some snow showers through about 5 p.m. But guys, it's as we get into the afternoon and to early evening, things are wrapping up in those areas. 7-8 p.m. here, we can start to see snow wrapping up across central Iowa, and eventually it will exit eastern Iowa as we get past the midnight time frame here into early Saturday morning. So in terms of the wind, this is the main concern here is going to be the wind. We're dealing with a northwesterly wind. Sustained up there 20 to, I would say, 35 miles per hour here, okay? So going over to the gusts, though, kind of give you an idea how strong we're talking for gusts here. This is through basically tonight. We're talking gusts up here 40 to 50 miles per hour across the western half of the state. That will continue. As we get into Friday morning here, that's when the stronger gusts are going to hit, especially across northwest Iowa here, where I would expect probably 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts here across the west central to northwest part of the state here. And then as we go through the afternoon here, we'll continue to see gusts up there 40 to 50 miles per hour across the western half of the state. We get into tomorrow evening here. We're still seeing, as you get towards about 7-8 p.m. tomorrow night, still seeing gusts up there 30 to 40 miles per hour. It's as we get towards 12 a.m. Saturday, again, gusts still 30 to 40. As you wake up Saturday morning, probably still going to see some gusty conditions across the state. Not quite as strong, but we're still seeing gusts there 25 to 35 miles per hour here across the state. So probably just enough, though, to warrant that risk for some blowing snow on Saturday morning. As we look at the temperatures as we go through the event here, we'll start to creep in some 20s across the western half of the state as we get into later tonight and into Friday morning here. Going through about noon tomorrow, you'll notice temperatures in the 20s across northwest Iowa, 30s elsewhere. So if I back this up towards 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, where you're going to be seeing that clip of snow here, heavy snow coming down, you're talking 32 degrees. So it's going to be a heavy, wet, pasty snow that's coming down here. We get into Friday afternoon. You notice 20s still existing off across western Iowa, 30s off to the east. We get into Friday night and into Saturday morning here. We're talking places down there in the upper teens across northwest Iowa, 20s elsewhere, 30s off into eastern Iowa. So now we'll discuss the snowfall amounts here, okay? So compared to the morning update, we have trended down a little bit depending on where you live. So we're going with a trace to 2 across the southeastern half of the state, places like Iowa City, Davenport, Burlington, places like Ottumwa. And then as you get farther to the west here, back across northwest Iowa. Again, a trace to 2 for places like Sioux Center, getting up there into western Lyon, western Sioux, western Plymouth County. Sioux City included in that 2 to 6. Spencers, Carroll, Council Bluffs, Clarinda, basically those areas, including Waterloo and Decorah, all in that area of 2 to 6 inches of snow. And then there's going to be an area probably just maybe a hair north of the lakes area and into north central Iowa, down through central Iowa here, where we are expecting anywhere from 4 to 9 inches of snow out here. And I do believe that there could be an area here back into west central Iowa where we could add a little bit more snowfall accumulation onto the table, maybe seeing 6, maybe 6.5 located in those areas right there that I just circled. So that's what we're thinking right now. If you're a client of ours, you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Otherwise, hope you guys have a great evening. Stay safe.